Well guys, I had this thing laying around and I had no idea on what to install it. This is one of those motorcycle CarPlays and Android Auto screens. And well, on my personal bike, which is the CF Moto Ibex 800T, I already had the Garmin XT2 GPS system, and I didn't feel like ripping all that apart to get this installed. This one is pretty cool because it has a front view camera and a rear view camera for motorcycles, as I already explained. So right here guys, we have CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi video, audio output, and whatnot. So I recently purchased this golf cart. This is the Vitacci Wow, and well, what a great opportunity to install it on here. Now of course we're gonna have to mod a couple things, but what I like about the Vitacci here is that it came with this Bluetooth radio. Okay, we have the two speakers on the front, so I think that if we place it like somewhere around this area here, it'll look cool, and we can still connect it to the Bluetooth system here and get the audio on the speakers. So of course I'm going to strip all this apart. This cup holder actually comes off quite easily. We can do that right now, as you can tell. And then on the inside, now we can get access to the wiring and all that good stuff. So here I'm going to place the camera momentarily here, and I just want to show you what comes inside. So this is the screen, all right, and we get all the hardware on the inside. So we get the manuals, we get a control unit. Now this is for handlebars. I don't think I'll be using this part here. Now this is your power supply, so you have to connect these three wires to, in this case, the golf cart, and then this side gets connected to a harness that goes directly into the display. It comes with the motorcycle mounts. You're gonna have to use part of this stuff here to get it mounted on this cart. We get some tools and a 64 gigabyte SD card as well. This is the harness I was talking about before. So this is where you plug in your power supply and then the cameras and whatnot, and then it goes into the display as a USB-C connection, guys. This is really cool. These are the cameras. I think this is the front-facing camera, and yes, it is. This is for the front side of the cart, and this is going to go on the rear side of the cart. You get some screws, and that's pretty much it, guys. So let's see how this comes out to be. Again, this is all experimental stuff. Well guys, this is what I've done with the connection so far. We do have power, obviously, and if you guys saw the power harness earlier, you notice how it had a yellow, red, and black wire. So in this case, I splice the wire that goes to this little tiny radio. You remove it by taking out two 10mm bolts that go right behind it. So that's why you had to remove this cup holder on the Vitacci Wow. And so what I did is that I put together the yellow and the red. The yellow is for ignition, so if you have a dedicated yellow, you can use it separately. But in this case, since this radio comes off every time I turn off the ignition, I didn't see the need for that. So I'm talking about these two wires. I put them together, I spliced. Well, first of all, you have to disconnect the power source, okay, which is this harness right here. I cut the wire and then I put them all together. So I got the black with black, yellow, red with red on the other side, and then I used the self-soldering connectors with a heat gun, and I got power. Now this is the harness. This is what I have left here. So what we're going to do next is install the front-facing camera, okay, which plugs in one of these. This says rear channel 2, so that's where your rear view camera goes. The other one says front channel 1, that's where your front facing camera goes. And then this white one is for the controller, but this is totally optional. This is for motorcycles. This is, you know, for your handlebar. It allows you to answer phone calls, go to the home screen, decline phone calls, and such. So these I'm not going to use because we're not on a motorcycle, but the rest is working pretty well actually, guys. You can't deny the fact that that looks very nice. So what I'm going to do next is remount the radio here. I'm still going to leave this area open so I can connect wires and eventually zip tie them inside so they're not bouncing around, and I'll give you the final outcome here in just a second. This was the coolest idea for the Vitacci WOW golf cart, and it works for any golf cart out there, guys. That's the sweet part about it. But with this particular one, the Vitacci WOW, since it had already Bluetooth, I can even skip the songs and do a whole bunch of things using the stock radio that came with the Vitacci, and it works with this screen, guys. So the first thing we did is that here on the front side is where we hook up the front-facing camera. I had one of these little rubber grommets laying around, and after I drilled, I was able to put this on so that it hugs the wire a little bit better. And as you can tell, it came out perfect. So looking here at the front side, this is what the installation looks like. I had to drill here a hole. Now since this is quite big, the connection that goes to the display, I had to drill another one right beside it so that I could get it through. But later on I'm going to find something to cover this with, like another rubber grommet or something that I can just put on there to cover it up. But it came out perfect. Check this out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start here the golf cart, and it does take a little bit longer than the actual display here, the speedometer, but that's okay because everything works perfectly well, guys. Now when you turn on the radio here, right, it goes automatically.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Okay, and so the way it works,
the Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Okay, so now the way this works is that, well, basically you connect to the display, and at the same time, once you connect via Bluetooth to the display, I was already connected via Bluetooth to the radio, so the phone is the one actually controlling both things at the same time. So let me go ahead and unlock it here and show you. So if we go into Bluetooth, you see that it says RK008A. That's going to be the radio. And then let me see if I find the other one. I don't see it on here now. Let me see. The other one has a weird code name. I think it's the TG117. But once you initially connect and you connect to CarPlay, it kind of disconnects from here, but that's okay. You already have the wireless CarPlay on here, as you can tell. And so yes, guys, everything is working perfectly well. Now one more thing is that we have the reverse camera as well, okay, or the rear view camera. Now I tried to fish it all the way here, but what happened is I ran out of wire. This is mainly designed for motorcycle, and motorcycles are typically about 6 feet or less. This cart is 7 feet, so I was really stretching things around, and this is what I was able to do with the Vitacci WOW. You have a little opening here that comes out, and I fished the wire here through the fender. I went underneath it and I attached it to factory wiring from underneath, and then I came up this side on the inner side here right behind the fender, and then I fished it all the way up here, and that's how I got it connected. Now to see the cameras, it's getting a little windy now, but this is the two cameras at the same time. If I flick here to the left, now we have only the front facing camera. If I do the same thing to the left again, we can see how wide this rear view camera is, guys. It feels like a car camera almost, okay? And the cool part about it is that you can also record. Right now it was recording. You can also record directly from here, take pictures, and you can even enable the microphone that is embedded inside of the display for audio as well, guys. So if this is not cool, let me know what is, because I'm telling you, this thing is super cool. And for this cart specifically, it works perfectly well. Keep in mind that we also have Android Auto right here. So for this, we will have to do the same thing, connect to Bluetooth, and it works wirelessly with Android Auto as well. So the bracket that I used to install it is the one that connects to the handlebar, which is this one right here. So instead of using the back side of it, I drilled 2 holes, okay? I measured this piece, the holes that are in it, and then I drilled them and I attached the screws from the inner side, and that's how I got this thing attached, and it's super tight on there, and it doesn't vibrate. Also, for the music, once you're connected via Bluetooth, now from here, let's say you're playing, I don't know, let's play some old salsa here. So you can see how it is currently playing. Let me just decrease the volume, and so I can control the songs directly from the radio. So if I hit skip, you can see how it did skip. That's because of the Bluetooth connectivity. And if I hit skip again, it does skip. So now we have CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless. We have front and rear reverse camera, Bluetooth, and FM radio all in one piece. So guys, with this being said, let me know what you think down below about this idea. This was mainly designed for motorcycle, which means that it is also waterproof, water resistant, basically weatherproof, so you're not going to have any problems if rain gets into it. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, comment, share, click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this, and I'll see you on my next one.